Republican Senator Lindsey Graham made it obvious on Fox News on Monday that he wants next week's impeachment trial to be a complete and total farce. The whole thing needs to be a sham, and based on what Graham says, he wants it to all be rigged essentially in favor of Donald Trump. And the way he wants to do that is to not have any witnesses at all, just like that last impeachment trial that they had a year ago. No witnesses, no evidence, no nothing that will make our guy look bad. So, we'll just convene and then we'll vote to dismiss it and then we all get to go home early that day. Yay, half day. Lindsay, that's not how it works. You see, your party isn't in charge of the Senate anymore. I know you want to think you are. I know you want to think you got that power, but you lost it. The American people rightfully took it away from you because you abused that power for far too long. So you don't get to call the shots. Chuck Schumer does. Here's what Lindsey Graham said on Monday. If you open up that can of worms by calling witnesses, we'll want the FBI to come in and tell us about how people actually pre-planned these attacks and what happened with the security footprint at the Capitol. You open up Pandora's box if you call one witness. I hope we don't call any and we vote and get this trial over next week when it starts. Well, I'm not going to lie. I think that was a pretty amazing Lindsey Graham impression right there. So, just saying. Sure. You're calling the FBI, talk about how you knew this stuff was pre-planned. Fantastic. Let's do that. That's actually a really, really great idea, Lindsay. I'm not mocking you. This actually is the first time I agree with you. Call in the FBI so the FBI can tell us what they knew about these individuals planning the attacks. Because, see, they have dossiers on these individuals, the ones they actually looked into. And they went back through their entire social media history and all their pro-Trump posts and their spreading of propaganda. So the FBI, Lindsay, would actually be able to paint a picture of individuals who had been radicalized by Donald Trump's words and then acted upon them on January 6th. Is that really what you want, Lindsay? Because I'm sure the Democrats would be more than happy to comply if you're warning about a Pandora's box and we'll just call the FBI. Badass! Do it! Do it, I dare you, Lindsay. But you don't have the guts to do that. See, you're able to say crazy, stupid crap on Fox News because the Fox News audience is stupid. Right? They're not going to go and do independent research. They're not going to go home and be like, hey, wait a minute, is that really what the FBI would do? What does the FBI know about what happened? What happened with the arrest that took place before the day or the day before the thing? Yeah, they're not going to do all that. They're not going to connect the dots. So you can say stupid stuff because they'll think like, yep, that's what'll happen. But see, those of us who aren't blinded by partisanship here, those of us who actually do independent research, even if we find out, hey, it doesn't go with our ideology, we still accept it as fact. We understand what the FBI knew. And the FBI knew these individuals were coming. You're right about that. They know these events were pre-planned. You're right about that. And they also know the entire history of these individuals being radicalized by every single word Donald Trump has ever uttered since entering politics. So what do you say, Lindsay? You want to put your money where your mouth is? You want to call the FBI to come and testify at that impeachment trial? Be our guest. Because it's not going to end the way you think it will.